everybody, Jay here. Welcome back to the Homestead. Today we're going to talk about stuffing your outdoor boiler, why I do not stuff my outdoor boiler, and I'm going to get into that right now. But before we get into today's video, I know I forgot last couple videos, sorry. When I film back-to-back videos, like the last two tree videos, I often forget to stop and do the subscriber shoutouts. So we're bringing it back here today. 3 subscriber shoutouts: Jackhammer Joe, Geezer in the Woods, and Jason Lindau. Thank you guys for always tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys have been following the channel for quite a bit of time. So needless to say, let's get right into it. All right, folks, my name's Jay. We live on an 18-acre homestead. We run our whole home in domestic hot water off our central boiler, CL6048 Classic non-gasification boiler. And today I'm going to talk about stuffing the outdoor boiler completely full. I often get this comment, Jay, why don't you stuff it? Jay, why don't you stuff it? Load it to the gills, blah, 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 blah. There's a reason why I don't stuff it. Now I'm gonna go back to a previous video and show you a clip of it stuffed. I'm gonna show you that right now. But oh man, look at that flame coming up. You should feel the heat coming off of these. Wow, that is truly. I don't know if you caught that, but if you notice, when you stuff the outdoor boiler full to the top, where does the flame go? And I'll attach the clip right now here so you can see what I'm talking about. When I stuffed this with the dry pine, the flame was going out the back, literally up and almost out of the chimney behind the baffle wall, and I'll overlay a cutaway of what I'm talking about. When you stuff the boiler with like 2.5 foot, 3 foot logs all the way to the ceiling, that fire needs air. The fire needs to go somewhere. So if you load the whole front half, 3/4 of the boiler with wood, all your flame is just going out the back. I personally don't think it's efficient running it that way. I've stuffed this boiler a few times. Obviously that burning the whole pine tree video, which if you haven't seen, I'll put a link to it here if I remember. I never remember, but I'm gonna attempt to. To me, it doesn't seem efficient. I could be wrong, but when you stuff it to the gills, yeah, you'll get a 24-hour burn out of it, roughly. If I loaded this to the very top with hardwood, it would go well over a day. Let's say you were gone for a weekend. There's a time and a place to stuff the boiler. But for the most part, for frequent operation, if you're here, generally speaking, if you're checking it once or twice a day, if you're not gone for longer periods of time, I don't believe in stuffing it. I use the first half of the firebox, and I have usually about, I think my split wood is 24 inches, and I have chunk wood. Just build up the fire right in the front, which I'm going to show you now. This is how I generally run the fire in my machine day and night for the most part, because I'm frequently filling it. I can get away with not stuffing it because my schedule is like that. So let's open the door, rake it around, and show you what my average fire looks like. Okay, so we'll tilt you guys down a little bit. The machine is running. Temp is at 175. Beautiful weather for, what day is it? Beautiful weather for, wow, it's March, it's March 13th. That's crazy. We got some snow coming, hard to believe. But anyways, let's have a look at our fire. So as you can see what I have in here, let me move my maul. I got other plans for that later in the day. But let's just kind of, make sure I don't hit the camera here. First thing I like to do is kind of move everything around with this rake. That'll liven the fire up, as you can see, pretty good. As you can see, I'm pulling everything I can from the back half of the firebox. I'm pulling forward here. So yeah, let's show you guys what that looks like. Take you off the tripod for a second. This is my typical fire. I would say I keep my wood probably about maybe a foot above the door height, and I utilize the first half. As you can see, I'm trying not to melt the camera, but my fire is only in the first half of the firebox. That way it allows the flames to go up and utilize that baffle wall. But again, this is what I do. I don't keep it stuffed. Generally speaking, this is enough fuel for me. Now, like, I'll overlay the video I was talking about earlier. When you stuff the boiler like that, all that fire and that flame has got to go somewhere. It goes right out the back if you have this kind of model. So let's go get some chunk wood and throw it in, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so we're back with a load of wood. We're burning a lot of just like cut-offs and stuff like that. Small oddball pieces like this. This is a chunk of cherry. We got some maple here. This is all from the random pile. This isn't from an actual woodshed. And again, keeping the material See how I kind of turned that one sideways? Like I did with the pine tree there, you don't want to lay everything so directly straight, because then you force the flame to the back of the burner. And that's it, folks. Like I said, I like to throw the chunks in with the straight wood and kind of crisscross, lets that flame come right up, versus packing it, you're forcing the flame to pretty much go right out the chimney. So eventually it'd burn down like you saw in the previous video, but this is why I don't stuff the boiler. I utilize the first 1/3 of the firebox, and I try to let the flames come up. I don't want to force them to the back, because you're just blowing heat literally right out the chimney. So that's pretty much it. Just a user tip. If you can afford to, you know, come out to the machine and fill it, you know, a couple, 3 smaller loads a day, you're gonna be more efficient. That's all I got for you folks today. Yeah, stuffing it to me doesn't seem efficient. It doesn't. The only time I do stuff it is if I know I'm gone and I have nobody to really fill it for maybe over a day, or if I have some green wood, like you've seen me before. I'll put about 8 inches of good seasoned wood on the bottom, and then I'll throw a lot of like the branch wood. You see me do the branch wood videos. I'll throw all that wet stuff in at once to try to dry it all out. Again, it's not the most efficient way, but again, stuffing it I don't think is, especially if you have nice straight wood like I had in that video, that flame's got to go somewhere. That flame is just going right out the back. So I don't know, take it for what it's worth. This is what I've learned over 8 years of burning it. I tried stuffing it, I've tried keeping it thin, and I think kind of what I showed you there, utilizing the first 1/3 of the firebox and having a kind of crisscross stack of wood, is how I run it. So thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Let me know what you think. And yeah, like I always say, guys, we will see you guys out in the woods. If you have any questions below, leave them in the comments. I do get back to everybody. I don't answer any comments on the weekends. Spend the weekends with my family, but during the week, you know, the kids are in school and I got more time, I'll get back to you. So if you have a comment, question, or concern, or just want to leave a thumbs up and head out the door, be my guest. So God bless. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys out in the woods. No. Well, if I cut it out a little bit, it'll be beyond my foot, hopefully.